Welcome to Life is Weird with Jen and George. I am
Hey,
Jen. This is
I'm
George.
George. What's happening? What's happening?
Gonna get weird. I like it.
Life is weird. Life is strange, you know? You find yourself in some strange situations on a daily basis.
That's true. Gotta have fun with it though. So we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it weird.
Indeed, indeed. Let's go.
So
Let's
for
get
our
to
first
it.
episode, I wanna get into what are we bringing into 2026 and what are we leaving in 2025? Do you want to kick us
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
Inspire us.
For sure. For me personally, am going to try to get a better work-life balance. Because right now, I work way too much. And sometimes I find myself just being burnt out on life in general because I work so much that it just doesn't leave time for everything else. And as I find myself getting older, because I'm 41 by the way, 41 and fabulous as old ladies say at the ball, but I just want to get a better work-life balance of where I spend more time not working. Because the extra money is fine, but it just gets really boring sometimes.
I hear that. I feel like that's everybody's issue right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. Let's do it.
All right. How about yourself? What you got?
I am bringing in more self-care. A lot of
Mm,
the neglect has been happening the last many years. So self-care, self-respect, all the
mm.
things. We're gonna bring all the positivity, leave all the negativity, just kill it.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. So what's something you plan on leaving behind in 2025?
Not having boundaries. I
Hmm.
am not good about not having boundaries with people. So I've been
Wow.
working on that. We're going to bring a lot of boundaries into 2026 and
And when you talk about that, are you talking about friends, family,
yep,
coworkers, or just everybody in
all of it.
general?
Mm-hmm. No
Oh,
more
okay.
doormat. I used to be a doormat, let everybody walk all over me. Not
No,
anymore.
no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
For me, I plan on just leaving behind like just negative energy. For the last, for most of my life, I've been a pretty positive person, pretty optimistic. But for whatever reason, probably around the pandemic or the pandemic, as the kids say, I just got into a really negative space where it was just kind of like you get to a space where it's like you kind of hate the next day before the next day even comes. Like, I almost swore there. Oh, darn it. Oh, I don't want to say darn it. It's like, man, tomorrow's Monday and I got to do this. I got to do this. I hate doing this. I hate doing that. So you're already like in a negative space before the day even gets here.
Yeah,
So it's a tough space to be in. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do. 2026, all about the positivity. We're
Oh,
gonna
for
bring.
sure. For
Mhm.
sure. What about yourself?
Yeah, I totally agree with the negativity. I feel like there's been a
Yeah,
lot
for
of
sure.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially towards the pandemic, the people that say like the world ended in 2020 and
Mm.
now we're just like in the
Mm.
alternate universe.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that could be true. I'm like, yeah, everyone's just been so doom and gloom and
Yeah.
moody and grumpy.
Because it did feel like the world stopped for a couple of years, where it
Yeah.
just kind of like a lot of the stuff that I really enjoyed doing, all of a sudden I couldn't do anymore. Like I really loved going to the movies, and then, well, I can't do that anymore. And it just doesn't have the same effect when you do it at home. Like, oh, I really love going to the gym. Couldn't do that anymore. Well, it doesn't have the same effect when you're working out at home by yourself. You're kicking away your pets, like, hey, move out of the way. I'm trying to do these squats real quick.
That's when you use them as your weights.
You could. You definitely could. But I don't know how much they would like that. There would be a lot of
Very
complaining,
good.
probably.
Mhm.
Probably a lot of let me down. Like, you're fine. I'm trying to look good for the springtime, baby.
There you go. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. There's like a new vibe. I feel like
for
everyone's feeling
sure.
it, that everyone's over the negative
Oh,
doom
yeah.
and gloom. So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a different feeling right now, and I like it.
I think one of the other things I plan on leaving in like the previous year is just kind of, I think when I got so busy and I got like, I just kind of allowed people into my life who they just kind of weaseled their way in. And it's just kind of like you get the looking around and you're just kind of like, well, what exactly? Let me see. What's a good way to say this? I'm going to leave people behind who don't serve any purpose,
I love that.
in my life. They're just kind of there. And it's just kind of like they're just kind of there because they want something or they need
Hmm.
something. It's like, but they don't actually like care about things that happen to you. Like, those kind of people where it's like, I think I hurt my back at work. And they're just kind of like, yeah, that sucks. But you think I can borrow 20 bucks? Well, I guess, like what exactly do you do here? I
Hmm.
guess I s- I just started to look around at certain people like who are friends and family where it's just kind of like, well, what exactly is it that you're here for? It's like, you know what? I don't think everyone in your life needs to serve some sort of purpose, like serve me. But it's just kind of like if they're just kind of there just to be there, then it's like, well, what exactly, what exactly are you here
They're
for?
like leeches. No more
Yes,
leeches.
some
Don't
people
suck the
can
life
be.
out of me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you probably experience that a little bit more than I do because you're single, because it's tough out here to be a single gal from what I hear.
Oof.
I can't speak for it because I'm not single nor a gal, but I
Right.
heard it's tough. According to the interweb, it's very tough out here.
It is, yeah.
Is that something that you're looking forward to in the next year? Maybe like getting out there a little bit more dating?
I think I'm going into it in such a different place now. I'm not
Mm,
looking for it, and I'm more working on myself. So I think
okay,
this is the
okay,
time to make it happen because now I'm in a good place that I'm more open and accepting of it. But
got
the
you.
downside of that is, unfortunately for them, my standards are a lot higher and I don't have
Mm,
the
there you
patience.
go.
And so the bar is higher, but
Got
I'm
you.
in a better place that, yeah, if it happens, then
I
I
think that's
welcome it
just a, I think that's just a good place to be in life in general, to have just high standards for people in your life.
for sure.
Because, I think that's what I was talking about. Like, I have these high standards for myself. So, therefore, why would I allow you to come into my life and not have that same standard for you? Like, I wouldn't do that. I
Right.
think for a long time, it would just be like, people would do these things or say things, and I would just be like, well, I wouldn't do that. But it's like, well, why would I let you in my life and do these things? Like, why are you here? Like, okay, like I'll be the bigger person or the better person. That's fine. But it's like, well, I would rather like chill by myself than to be with someone who I think is kind of garbage, And that's how I'm going into the year. Like, well, if
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a garbage person, then you stay over there and then I'll stay over here.
Take the trash out. Take the
Yeah,
trash out.
absolutely. Unfortunately, you just kind of meet a lot of people, and I think for a long time I just kind of look past people's like, bad stuff. I would just be like, well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that, but I would be like, okay, that's still my friend though, but I wouldn't do that. But now it's like, you know what? If you're doing these bad things, then I don't really want to be associated with you because you don't really think about that when you're younger, like that you're associated with these people. But if they're
Mhm.
being a racist and you're friends with them, people are gonna assume that you are probably a racist as well. And you can't be like, well, I'm not a racist. He says these racist things, but that's not me. Well, it feels like it kind of is.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I think one of the things I'm going to do into this new year is just kind of if there's something that I really want to do and there's nobody else who wants to do it, I'm just gonna do it. Like, well, no one, like, for a perfect example, I can't get one soul to go see the movie Marty Supreme with me. So you know what? I'm just gonna go see it myself. That's fine. It's like no one wants to see it. Okay, that's fine. I want to see it. that leads into what you're going to be doing, right? You're going to get
Hmm.
on your solo vacation this year, right?
Hmm. Canada.
Yeah,
Hmm.
man. I would
Yeah.
love to hear more about that coming
Yeah.
in to New Year, going on more solo trips. That's a good look in general.
Yeah. I'm very
I,
excited. I was thinking I would be like leaving the country by myself. What is this? But I don't know. There's like a weird sense of excitement and like a calmness with it where it's just like, do it. Go live your life and have fun. I'm going to more comedy shows by myself. I'm gonna leave the country by myself and
yeah, yeah.
it's great. I've
Yeah,
come to enjoy my own company. So it's like
that's good. That's
we're gonna
good.
go have fun.
Enjoying your own company is important for
It is.
sure.
Yeah.
And you could take that in a creepy way, or you could just take it in a normal way. Either way you want
Either
to
way,
take it, you got to enjoy
it's
your
a
own
good
self
time.
sometime. Yeah, sometimes you just you gotta know thine self, and it's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you want to do, and if you're gonna wait for people to do it, then you're gonna always kind of be waiting because,
And that's
you
kind of
know,
why I decided to just do it because I've been talking about this for
mhm.
over 10 years. And
Yeah,
yeah, waiting on people, it's like it's never going to happen. So
yeah.
I
I
booked it and
just
I'm like, it's happening.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's just something I came to realize as I got
Mhm.
older. It's just kind of like if you're people are just so flaky and or not even flaky. People are just they got their own agendas. So it's
Mhm.
like even if I do go on these trips with certain people or different activities with them, sometimes like, the reason they're going is different than the reason why I'm going. And
Mhm.
it'll be like, oh, we'll be in like Las Vegas per se. And it'll be like, well, I want to do this and do that. And then it's like I end up not doing the things that I want to do in Las Vegas. And it's just kind of
Mhm.
like, okay, we're here. And it's
Mhm.
like, well, I don't really want to do this, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna leave that in 2025 just to be more vocal about what I want to do and just be generally a more selfish person. I haven't been I haven't been selfless, I would say. I've just been what I want to do and my needs. I just kind of push them to the side to make other people around me be like
Mhm.
happy. And it's like, well, that's fine for you, but if I'm so focused on making other people happy, then who's making me happy? You know?
100%. Mhm.
And it's just kind of like I, that's the big goal for me in 2026 is to take control of my own general happiness,
Love that.
and it's just kind of like, because that's the thing, you can make 100 excuses for yourself why you're not
Mhm.
happy. Like, well, I work a lot, or, like, my spouse isn't doing this or my children aren't doing that and whatever, but you have to take control of your own general happiness
Mhm.
because if you don't, who will?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's just kind of like, all right, I just kind of had to start putting my foot back down with a lot of people and situations. It's like, hey, we need you to work till 6 o'clock. Well, I'm not gonna do that. How about 5 o'clock? And then we'll go on from there. It's like that works for you, but it doesn't work for me. And
Mhm.
that's kind of what it is. It's like, hey, I throw ideas out there like, hey, anybody want to go to this comedy show? And it's like, well, there's been so many comedy shows that I've missed waiting for people like, because they're like, oh yeah, let's do that, let's do this, let's do this, yada yada yada. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna get my tickets on this day. I'm gonna get my tickets on that day. And then by the time you get the tickets, they're either gone or they've went up in so high of a price that it's like, well, I don't really want to pay that much for that. And now it's like,
Mhm.
well, now I end up not going. That's
Yeah.
what happened when I was supposed to go see Usher. I was waiting for
Mhm.
other people to buy their tickets in Vegas. And as I was waiting for them, when they finally got their money and their situation together, the ticket prices quadrupled. And I was like, well, I don't want to spend that money to pay. I want to see them, but not like that.
Mhm.
And it was just kind of like, yeah, that's enough. It's kind of like life is hella short, man. And it's
Yeah.
like waiting around for I'm just not gonna wait. if I want to do something, I'm just gonna do it. If people don't like it, they don't like it. That's fine. You
They
don't
don't
have to
have to
like it.
join you. Yeah.
Like, you can come with me or you cannot come with me. It's really up to
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm going to do these things regardless of if nobody else is coming.
Mm-hmm. It's so important. And I love that you're doing that. But yeah, I feel like we all get in our routine and patterns, and it's just like life is passing us by and nobody's doing what they enjoy anymore because XYZ
Yeah.
is happening. It's like, no, go to the comedy
Yeah.
show, go to the concert, leave the country, you know?
Oh, for sure, for sure. And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people don't do solo stuff because they don't, I think they care too much of what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew a lot of like ladies and girls who didn't go like, I'm not gonna go out to eat by myself. I don't want to look like a lonely person. Well, it's like, well, just because you're with someone doesn't mean you're not lonely. You know what I'm saying?
For
I think
sure.
everyone has been in a relationship once or twice where the person is with you in the room for sure, but it's like you're by
You might
yourself.
as well not be. Mm-hmm.
They might as well not even be there.
Yeah.
One, they're like their company is trash sometimes, or they're just a trash person, and you're just kind of sitting there looking over at them like, all right. And then
Mm-hmm.
they might say, and everything they say is just kind of like, all right, you said that, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you're not so, everyone knows, like, no one has to tell you, you shouldn't be with that person. You know. Every time
Mm-hmm.
they speak, you just gotta look at them like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you said that. You definitely said that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the times, like your family or your friends might say something, but before anybody says something, you just don't want to
Yeah.
admit it to yourself.
Well, and it's a thing too, like they just don't want to be lonely or by
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
themselves. And it's like, is this really better? Is this really
Yeah.
making
Yeah. You got someone literally taking up space. That's all they're doing. They're just taking up space. And it's like you start to think like, oh,
Mhm.
because yeah, the last time I went out somewhere with somebody, it was just kind of like I didn't really want to do this thing by myself, and you're here, but it's like, is this actually better? Should I just went with myself? Like you're
Mhm.
here, but it's like you're here.
And that's why it's so important to enjoy your own company because,
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it is better and you have more fun. Would it
yeah,
be fun
for
to
sure.
enjoy it with somebody? Of course, but if you're sitting there with a trash person,
Yeah, no,
then
seriously.
they
It's
could
just kind
ruin
of
it
like
for
they can ruin your whole experience.
you.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time you and I went to a comedy show together, it was so fun. And then I went with somebody else, like who wasn't really into it. And it was just like, oh, this actually sucks. And
It's
it's
a
like,
huge difference.
this is
Hmm.
something I really like doing. I know I like doing this thing, but the person who I'm with is not interested. And it's okay to not be interested if someone brings you somewhere, but to be actively like, oh, like, or looking at your phone or looking at the clock, like, oh my God, is this almost over? Well,
Hmm.
you should have just fucked. Oh, you should have just stayed home then, because it's
Uh,
like, who wants to hang out with somebody who's like, it's like, it feels like they're doing you a favor. Like,
yeah.
I came here because of you. Well, you could have just stayed home.
Hmm.
Because it's like you're ruining the vibe, man. Because a lot of events and different things, it's all about the vibe. So if someone ruins the vibe, it's just kind of like, what are you doing?
Hmm.
And everyone's dated the person who's just a vibe killer.
Yep.
Though for me, those are the worst people to be around. The vibe
Hmm.
killer, where everyone's having a good time. And it's like, oh, you guys are drinking too much alcohol. Oh, okay. Or like, like, oh, this actually isn't that funny. I've seen funnier. All right. You're just
Cool.
gonna be the vibe killer, and that's fine. And it's like, I guess it was like, why even show up somewhere to just be the
Mhm.
vibe killer? Those are like some of my least favorite people. The vibe killer who just comes
Mhm.
in like, oh, here you go. Like this movie's cool, but it's not like Lawrence of Arabia or something. All right, man.
It's
All right,
not that
movie.
movie, so yeah.
Like, all right. Siskel and Ebert over here, like killing the vibe
Yeah.
immediately.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's just something I think into 2026, that's something I'm going to start doing a lot more, just kind of avoiding people who are just vibe killers and just
Hmm.
people who are just always got something negative to say. Even if I've known you for 20 years or whatever, how long I've known you, it's just kind of like I just don't have the energy for people
Yeah.
who are just kind of like, I just realized that about myself. It's like, I just don't have the energy to go back and forth with anybody about anything. It's
Well,
like,
and we all have enough stuff going on that it's like bring some
yeah,
kind of positive. I mean, you can find something to be happy about.
yeah, for sure. Because if you hang out with enough, even if you're not an unhappy person, if you hang out or hang around with enough unhappy people, it'll definitely
Hmm.
get into your spirit after a while, where it's just kind of like,
Yep.
man, dang,
Those
it's
energy
tough out here.
vampires, they run rampant.
I've never heard that, but I kind of like it. I can dig it.
Yeah, there's energy vampires everywhere. Watch
I
out.
don't know if you personally came up with that, but if you did, you need to
No,
trademark
it's
that.
from What We Do in the Shadows. Highly recommend. Yep.
All right, from a television show, you
Oh
got
yeah.
it. All right, I thought you just came up with that. I was gonna say that's clever right
I
there.
should. Yeah, I just came up with it just right now. No.
That's what I always do. Even someone like you just come up with that right off the top of the head, baby.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yep.
clever dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of like I'm just really, really looking forward to this upcoming year and just,
Hmm.
the possibilities of what can happen and what I can do. And just kind
Yeah.
of you can live your life up to a certain point of like George really has a lot of potential. But if you never maximize any of that potential, then what are you doing, right? A wasted potential is a wasted life. There's a lot of things that I'm really good at that I don't do, not because I don't want to do them, but it's like I choose work over these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Hmm.
just kind of like, oh, it's never too late. You might feel like, damn, I'm too old to be out here traveling by myself, but actually you're not.
No,
Like you might think, I'm too old to start a new career. Actually, you're not. Like, I'm too old to be trying to get married for the first time. Well, actually, you're not. Like, it's age, especially now. People are living till they're hella old.
there
So
was
it's like,
this, I forget where I saw it, but this girl, she's 98 years old, just got married for the first time. I was
hey,
like,
man,
you go, girl. Like,
hey, I bet that
90?
wedding was lit too. Like,
Yeah.
if my great grandma got married at that age, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to that wedding, and that
Turn
wedding's
up.
gonna be. These people are like on death's doorstep, ready to party, and I'm going to that party.
Right.
And it's like it's never too late to
Never too
to,
late.
to kind of get into anything.
Hmm.
I just find it weird. I think a lot of people put their like fears and anxiety onto you. Like, oh, I've never been married and I'm 40 and oh, I've never done this and I'm this age and yeah, well, that's you. That's not
Hmm.
me. That's you. And if you
Everyone's got a
feel like
different path. Hmm.
if you put those limitations on yourself,
Yeah.
that's you. But a lot of people will put their limitations onto you, and that's what they do. And it's like, because it's like, it's an old saying, but it's very true. Misery loves company. Like,
Yep.
there's a lot of miserable people out there. And it's like, well, I remember because when I was younger too, I just never paid attention to it. Because, because it's like, I don't really care what people think. And it's like, whatever. But then I got to a point where it's like, that's weird. I think it's weird. We'll go back to the name of the show. I just find it weird that like people would see me be happy and they would ask me like, "Well, what are you so happy about?" Well, why aren't you happy? You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like you're alive. That should make you at a base level at least somewhat happy because you're alive. Really thought about it, but yeah, people would ask me that my whole life. Like, George, why are you so happy? Well, that's a weird question to ask me, I feel. Like if I saw
Why
you
are
were
you
being really,
so
really sad,
unhappy?
yeah, I wouldn't ask you, hey, why are you so unhappy?
Yeah,
You'd be like, wow, that's a weird question. Life is weird, friend.
exactly.
It's like it's just a weird question. And it's just
Yeah.
I guess I never really thought about it until I started to get older. It's like, wow. I never really realized how unhappy so many people are. And I think that's something that I want to leave in 2025 too. I feel like I've encountered so many people in my general life who trying to, they see that I'm a really happy person and they try to, like, it's like they attach themselves to me to kind of, like steal my happiness. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
taking my positive vibes and bringing it into their lives because I don't know. And it's like you almost feel like, wow, I'm getting used for happy energy. If you find yourself in just a weird place to be like a grown man, like this is a weird atmosphere to be in.
Hmm.
And I guess I just never thought about it. I guess it
Yeah.
was just kind of like, oh, I never really thought about people like that. And it's like, well, there are people who are just kind of like they see you as a happy person and they're just like, yeah, I need some of that.
How can I ruin that?
And it's like, yeah, man, this is just tough living out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are there any other things that you plan on bringing to the new year or leaving behind in the new year?
All the energy vampires. I'm gonna really try to
Mm,
disconnect, but that kind of goes into like the boundaries. Just, I'll be here
mhm.
for you if you need me, but other than that, we're gonna keep it on the surface, and I don't want to
So,
be drugged down any more than life is hard enough that we
yeah.
got our own stuff. I don't need to worry about your
So
problems 24/7.
do you feel like in the past you would overextend to kind of assist these people even if it hurt you?
Yep, 100%.
Uh,
Yep.
that's tough.
Not
That's
this
tough.
year. Sorry,
There
people.
you go. And you think people just see that and they see you and you look like a nice person and you
Mhm.
think that people are always trying to use you in that way
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they
I feel like I
perceive
have
you
it
as a
written
nice
on my
person.
face. They're like, this one, we're gonna.
A mark. Let's get this mark over here. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
I feel like people feel like I'm I've always say about myself that I'm not necessarily a nice guy. I'm a good guy. I have a nice guy face, is which people tell me all the time. Like, oh, you got a nice guy face. But once you interact with me, and you're like, oh, George is actually not that nice. Well, I feel like I'm all about giving you the energy that you give to me. If
Yeah.
you're nice to me, then I will be nice to you. If you want to be a not nice person, then I will give you that energy right back. And then people are always so confused, like, whoa, well, what did you expect? You thought you were
Right.
just gonna come in here and like act like a jerk, and I would just be like, ah, man, it's cool, man. No, it's not
Mhm.
cool, man.
No.
I think I lost some like friends in that way, as because it's like if you're my friend and you're in a bad relationship, it's hard for me to just sit there and watch someone be like, yeah, piece of junk. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna. It's weird for me to be like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend like I don't see it, and it's just kind of like I'm somebody who's probably going to say something, and it's
Mhm.
just kind of like, you find yourself in a really weird situation where it's like I don't really want to poo-poo the person you're with, but it's like they're not great. I feel like you need people in your life to tell you like, yeah, you're with that person. That person's not great. You can do better.
Mhm.
And it comes from like a genuine like because if you had like a job and they treated you like crap because you know you and I we met at a job back in the day and they didn't treat you or I very well and I would tell you back in the day like yeah you could do much better than this job and it's like I would say it out loud, and people
Mhm.
would look at me like, "Hey, look at this guy." Like, well, what do you want me to tell her? Like, she can do better than this job. This job is actually kind of trash. And
Yeah.
people would just be like, "Hey, you can't say that out loud." Well, actually,
There you
this is
go.
America, friend, and you can say whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
I think sometimes I probably got myself in trouble more than once just because it's like, I'm gonna say what I need to say. I'm not very good at like biting my tongue and all that. It's like, I'm probably just gonna say what I want to say.
Mhm.
It's like people feel very uncomfortable sometimes when you're around
I feel
somebody who,
like, especially now, people are so sensitive. I'm like, you can afford to be a
mm,
little uncomfortable.
it's
Sometimes the
okay.
truth hurts. You got to hear it. And
Yeah, somebody's got to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Like when you get a bad tattoo, someone's got to tell you, "Hey, that's a bad tattoo." Before you get it, you got to have someone around you who just keeps it honest. Like if I just told you, "Hey, I'm gonna get a tattoo of like a spinach," I need someone to be like, "Hey, that's a bad idea." You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay, like for people to
Uh-huh.
tell you, like just be honest. Don't have me looking like a dickhead. Like
The people
check this
pleasing.
out.
That's a
Well,
great idea. I can't wait to see
you,
it.
you got that? Like, you need people to tell you, hey,
Uh-huh.
don't do that or don't say that. Like, yes, this is America and you can say whatever you want, but you need people around you to be like, yo, don't say that.
Mhm.
And it's okay. Like, I
Yeah.
don't take it personally. I'm someone who talks a lot and I say what's on my mind, but every once in a while, yeah, I get a little out of control. So I always need people around to be like, nah, don't say that, man.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Just because you can say it doesn't mean you should say it.
Hmm.
And it's like,
And
yeah,
if it's
that's
different
true.
if it's coming from like a genuine good
Yeah,
space.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I think that's something too. I just wanna, in the next upcoming year, I want to get back to that, just speaking more freely. Like I think for the last couple years, for whatever reason, I just kind of like was like, all right, I would just kind of bite my tongue a little bit, or I just wouldn't say anything to people and just be like, all right. I guess I was just in my own zone, my own space, that it was just kind of
Hmm.
like I would hear people say things, not necessarily about me, just in general, and I just like, and I would just kind of walk away, and they'd be like, well, if I don't say anything, they might think, oh, these are things that you could just go to say. Well, if no one's ever said anything to you about it, then you might feel like, oh, I can say whatever I want. Eh, but can you?
Yeah. Yes and no. Fine
You
line.
need you need people to be honest, and
Hmm.
it's just kind of like I think that's what I'm trying to say, that I just plan on being just more honest. I feel like I can be honest with people and still be like, I don't have to be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
I could tell you my honest opinion without being like, mm. Because there was a guy that you were talking to for a little bit, and as soon as you started talking about him, I just was like, but I didn't want to say anything. And even when I did say things to you, I would say it, and then I would be like, well, like I don't want to like talk bad about this guy because I don't know him, but it's like, well, these are actually bad qualities in a person.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even matter like about dating or whatever. It's just kind of like these are not good qualities for a person.
Yeah.
So even if you were like trying to be friends with this person, I would be like, well, this doesn't sound like a good friend.
Hmm.
So to like to kind of like ghost someone or not show up for someone or just kind of be like to be flaky in 2025 or 2026 is a choice at this point because everyone's super glued to their phone. So the
Yeah.
whole like, oh
I didn't
man, I
see
didn't
it.
see the message.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Especially if it's someone who you find interesting even a little bit. Just to
Yeah.
be like, oh, it's just trash. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like, and it's like I heard what you were saying, but I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to come off as like a hater. Like, this guy's just being a hater. And it's just like, well, cause it's like you find yourself in like friendships thinking like, what's my place to say something?
Hmm.
And then you end up not saying anything. And it's like, well, I
Yeah.
think I want to be just a general better friend to people.
Yeah. I feel
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
It's good
Like just
stuff.
be
I'm really excited for this year. And I'm excited for it sounds like a lot of people are wanting more positivity and leave the
yeah.
negative energy behind. And so let's see. Let's see if all the trash people are staying behind and let's bring the quality out.
For sure. Yeah, just
It'll be
I
good.
think one of the biggest life lessons that I had in the last couple years is that you cannot change people. People are going to be who they are,
Hmm.
and it's like I can do whatever I want to try to make them be the person that I want them to be in my head. In my head, they're this and they're that, but that's not reality. Like
Mhm.
in reality, they just kind of are who they are. And it doesn't really matter who it is. It could be like your spouse, it could be your best friend, it could be your child, it could be anybody. People are who they are, and you can't change them, even no matter how much you want them to be. You gotta kind of because people always talk about red flags, but they always talk about it in terms of dating. But there's red flags in friendship
Mhm.
and relationships and everything, in jobs, there's
Yeah.
times in your job where you saw the red flag and it might have been your first day. You're just like, "Ooh, I don't like that." And you just kind of ignored it and just kept going.
Mhm.
Or
Yep.
it's like that with your friendships. You're friends with someone and you could be friends with them for 20 years. And then one day they might say something and you go, "Ooh, I don't like that." Have you always thought like that? I think with the way like politics and stuff have gone and just how quickly people can like kind of change their stance on something. And it's
Mhm.
just kind of like you're seeing these red flags. I think that's a good one. Then
Yeah.
in this upcoming year, I'm gonna just stop ignoring red flags with people and you know
Yeah.
jobs and whatever.
I like
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're there with people, and people always show you eventually who they are. You just don't
Mhm.
know. Either you don't care or you just don't notice it,
Yeah.
or you don't want to accept the fact that it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And yeah,
Enlightening stuff. This has been
and
wonderful.
I like to keep it honest like that. I'm an honest dude.
I like that. Well, good things to come. We're gonna update on all the good things that's coming our way and the things we're up to. Life is gonna get weird. We're gonna stay weird with it and let's own it.
Yeah, now you're talking. I like the way you're talking. That's positive.
Yeah.
I enjoy the
All the
positive energy.
negativity is so last year. No room for
Indeed. Hey, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
it. Yeah.
That all the lights behind you got you looking like an angel. Now you're talking
Yeah.
like an angel. There you go. I feel like a woman could get away with that pose. If I did that pose, I don't know how. No, 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 I don't want to do that.
You should. That'll be the profile picture for us.
Oh, I can see in the comic section, like, uh-huh,
This is weird. Life's
this is
weird.
weird. Yeah, this guy's a weirdo. I knew it.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun. We're gonna bring it. This is just the beginning. It's gonna get a weird
All
ride
right,
ahead. It's
all
gonna be fun.
righty. Cool, cool, cool.
Well,
Down.
thank you for this fun chat. Until the next time. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but it's gonna get weird. And
For sure.
I'm gonna like it.
There you go. It was a fun
I don't
time on
have
a good
anything to
first
cheers
episode.
with, but cheers to the new year for us.
You cheers with your bare hand. All right. There you
Until the next time.
go. All righty.